What do you do?
What second? At 24 right now?
Let's start the music, yeah. Dude, I'm just about to say it.
Alright.
Because I'm not going to be able to catch that.
You're not.
Is that on?
You get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to catch it.
Yeah, I'm agree.
Because you won't be able to catch it.
Squares.
You gonna put a music or something?
You see me?
Yeah, you get them both.
In the mirror, critical enough to break the distractions of judgmental eyes, as if we were the only people in a courtroom of pupils that peer into our pride. Outside these walls stands a woman with no pupils, blinded by society's cloth. Justice that hangs over her face like the rags of tattered men's clothing on the fall of war. She faces a school that conceals a classroom, that holds a desk filled with a writer who puts down her pen to look at the calendar for inspiration before the bell rings and the classroom floods her lonely freedom that washes away under the chin of jokes. In between a continent the shape of her past that hangs by its neck under Europe and the preamble, the calendar stands on the wall and reads February short of the 3 days that most other months have. 28 days to tell the story of a man who stood on top of justice in front of hundreds from behind a podium while the time stone capsule pupils of an eye in a stoic-faced statue watched the preacher become a teacher of men, mastering the art of dreaming. Those 20-odd days are not enough to balance the sit in which a woman who stood for something sat for a cause. In a month notorious for robbing the hearts of women, February seems to be a memory of lacking love, a grotesque reflection. Since when has the shortness of our days played mirror to an unwatching crowd? Minutes before the bell rings, the writer thinks of her town, named after a man who accidentally discovered a new world in her school that seemed not to be able to escape the old one. The bell of freedom rings horns of war as the hallways become a battlefield of balance, balancing verbal bullets on the tips of teenage tongues, hateful artillery, in a town that keeps zombie-like visions alive by celebrating a dream 365. 28 days seem to be a bit short for appreciation. A town crushes dreams like battered cement and orchestrates deconstruction like broken violins that string together the once inconceivable notion that dreams are not meant to come true. The world is a war zone, Columbus is a battle, and teenage spirits flip through magazines. In the background of that noise in the classroom that feels a lot like loneliness, she writes that the only thing known about life is dying, and the only bad thing about quitting is not trying. In an unjust campus, morals are lost, not found, and hate becomes a broken mirror that leaves hideous findings in herself. Eyes hold the image of guilt as her mouth is shaped in words, not anything kind. That window, next to the picture of Lincoln, keeps a glimpse of the behind, and she sits still in time with everything passing her like the dead image of a star. Light years after faded glory bounces off the pupils and ricocheting the souls of the heavens in between the laughter of a male-privileged world and a girl orbiting around it. In a society so technologically advanced, there is a disconnect between those who partake in infancy. She stands in, on top of, and around a mirror that where wages a war with accepting calling herself in and white supremacy, crushed dreams or crushed wines, unsobering pain. Humanity looks up to the constellations, looking for consolation to emancipate those names, those evil labels that peel off her skin of her pride when she tries to take them off. The same girl who puts on her dress, makeup, and invisibility just as the sun jogs into the anthem of starting a new day. Hands have become the ultimate excuse to destroy the dreams slept in the memories that our country has made, untold stories that relic under the suggestion that dreams lead to sacrifice and that sacrifice leads to success, and a place left of hearts and empty chests to the ideas that pronounce rigidly. Together we make one.